Bernie Rhodes, I think, is a very creative man, and I remember clearly he gave us a direction by saying, you know, write about what's important to you. I turned on to reggae by Mole, who was the bass player of the One-on-Oneers, who finally made me listen to Big Youth until I sort of saw the light. But I found it quite a hard step going from R&B into that deep reggae style. But once it was under your skin, it became almost a passion. Police and Thieves, that was really the first time any white band had attempted to cover
dared to do it.
A reggae hit. And we used to discuss this with Johnny Rotten, that it was, because everyone was really into reggae, especially Rotten most of all, Paul Simonon. And it was considered, you know, a little bit naff if you were trying to copy that style, but I think we did it in a way that we lent something of our own to it. I mean, I remember being frightened as hell listening to like Junior Mervin's feathery voice, you know, floating high above their track, and then thinking, God, I've got to go sing this with my useless voice, you know.
What did Scratch Perry think to it though, because he produced Complete Control?
Yeah, after we did that, we got in contact with some of the reggae mix masters, and Perry agreed to come over. He was actually over here at Island in Basin Street there with Bob Marley doing Punky Reggae Party, which went, you know, The Jam, The Clash, and whoever else will be there. The Feel Goods too. Yeah, we'll be there. And so there was a reggae punk, you know, crossover, and a bit of an alliance, because what we appreciate about it was the subject matter was social and political and topical, and it seemed like when something happened in Kingston there'd be a record about it out next week. One time I remember reading, we got a review from Ian Penman, and he went, "This is the typical as white men play this dreadful reggae music. How dreadful their pitiful attempts are." When really, that was the B-side of one of our records, and it wasn't us. We'd said, "Oh, Mikey, you have the B-side," and it was Mikey Dread and the Natty Congos. You know, no white man had been near the track or mix or anything. You know, we just said that, "Mikey, put one of yours on. You know, we'll give you a bit of a shove there." But it just showed that the kind of. By that time, we were up against a lot of criticism. You know.
Yeah, there was always a big thing of like, you know, the clash, you know, you were being either slagged off or the clash of soul out, and well, I saw you sell out lots of times actually.
Yeah, I mean,
it was a big thing. Yeah. It was like, really, they went for you, you know.
You see, if we had an off night or we did a bad gig, which happens to us all, I'd read in the paper next week, "The myth is dead." You know, like people seem to be so desperately serious about the whole damn thing.